Today we will be having a look at Fairline's online scoping forms. These forms are designed so you can more accurately and more quickly scope any loss of any size while on site directly from your phone or mobile device. To begin, you will notice on the left-hand side of the form there is a list of different areas that needs to be filled out within the form. Once these areas have been filled out, a check mark will appear next to that section letting you know it's been completed. Let's start with the loss information page. The loss information page is pretty straightforward. You simply enter in the client's name, the loss address, the insurance company or property management company or whoever's paying you to do the work, their claim number or file number, and then tell us what your profit and overhead should be on the job. In this case, we'll go with 10 and 10. Next, you select your cause of loss. We'll go with water, and we'll select the date of loss. We'll select the end of January. Next, we just need a couple pieces of your information, your name, your email address, and the company you work for. Note that if you've put in a request in the past, we no longer need to have your company name information as we have it on our records. Next, you put in your file number or your reference number, and then you also have the ability to add your Xactimate ID and Xactimate password to this form. The advantage of sending us that information is it allows us to log into your systems, and our systems will talk with yours, and we can take advantage of some of the options you've already filled out in your Xactimate, such as opening statements and company logos. It just makes the process a little bit faster. Next, you select what type of estimate you're requesting. In this case, we'll select an emergency and a reconstruction estimate, and then we select Next. The next form you'll see is the equipment form. As you can see, the drop-down menus have already been pre-populated with the items that you'll most likely use on any given loss, such as dehumidifiers, air movers, air scrubbers, those sorts of things. Once you've selected your type of equipment, you simply select the amount of equipment is on site, as well as the number of days it was on site. In this case, we'll go with 6 air movers for 4 days and 2 dehumidifiers for 4 days. If you need to add equipment because the 4 drop-down menus are not enough, you can simply click on Add Equipment right here, and that will populate even more options to choose from, so you can select things such as dry heat trailer or a heater or an axle fan. Once you've completed those, you simply add any equipment notes into the field below if there's need be, and then click Next. So the next form you're going to see is the Emergency General Information form. This is where you're going to enter in information for the emergency subtrades as well as for the emergency content manipulation. So let's say, for example, that you had an emergency and you had to call a plumber out. You'd simply put the word plumber underneath the subtrade box, and then you tell us what you would like us to do with that information. If he has already provided an invoice to you, simply give us that amount and we can add it to the estimate. If you have not received that invoice from your subtrade yet, simply say no thanks and I'll add it later. Or if there is no subtrade invoice for the emergency, simply say there is no subtrade invoice for the emergency. With respect to the emergency content manipulation, you have 2 options. You can select as per room charge, which is exactly like Xactimate has, where there is a small, medium, large, extra large room, and we will use the photos and other information you provide to determine what size room goes with what. If you're going to be using a per hour charge, you simply click per hour and then tell us the number of people that you had doing content manipulation and for how long for the entire job. If you need to add boxes, simply select the number of boxes and the size of box, and we will add that to the estimate as well. With content notes, let's say, for example, there was a lot of books. You simply put lots of books, and we will be able to tell that to the adjuster so they know that's why there was more contents needed than normal. You can also add any other notes that you'd like to have here on this field down here. Then simply select Next, and you're on to the next page.